Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Wilmore.
Sit, relax, everyone, relax. Got a big show today, and my dad's flying in. He's going to be here at 10, so I have to go to the airport. I met my guest at the Waxhaw Business Association, and she told me about her new adventure, and my jaw dropped. It's the only place of its kind in the entire U.S., and that just blows my mind. Jackie Adams has taken her passion for dogs to create a guest house that is an immersive learning space for dog fostering. She's tackling a huge systematic problem, shelters being over capacity, by giving people a try before you buy experience, letting them see the good, the bad, and the ugly of fostering right in the home. And it's right here in Union County. So let's start the show. Hit it, Big Infinite.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Do you want to learn how?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Is there anything? I am very unathletic. Is there anything I can injure in here?
No, I mean, there's something I suppose you could break. But like when we do this, point to that foam thing over there.
Okay, got it.
So pick this up in your hand and put this part like on your wrist.
Okay.
Okay. And then take that.
Yeah.
This goes here.
Yeah.
And then pull back and point. And then try again. Don't put it in there though. Make sure there's room.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. There you go. See? You want to do one more?
Yeah, I do.
To show the people.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay, try that one.
Okay. Gosh. It's really actually kind of fun.
Yeah, I know. We'll get there. We'll try. During the break, we'll try as well.
Thanks so much.
There you go. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
When I used to do this in front of a live audience, and I didn't have the budget to buy these all the time.
Yeah.
So I bought fortune cookies, and I had a slingshot, and I would slingshot. Yeah.
But who doesn't want a fortune like flung at them?
Thank you. Exactly. It was not harmful. Jackie,
Yes.
welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me here.
Of course. And we should say hi to our friends at the WBA, Waxhaw
Yes.
Business Association.
That is where we met.
That is where we met. You are a new member.
I just joined. That
and
is correct.
I grabbed you and said, you're doing something very cool, and I need to talk to you about it.
I am so glad that you are excited about what we're doing.
Yes. And it's the first and only
So
in the U.S.?
I've done research. As far as I can see, we are the only guest house in the U.S. that is doing dog fostering outreach and education, which is crazy to me because I have a background in corporate learning. I have 15 years in corporate learning. And so I'm all about immersive learning.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to nobody loves that death by PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to be talked at. So since fostering is done in the home, why not create an immersive learning space in a home so people can see firsthand what it takes, the good, the bad, the ugly.
So what does that mean? They come to Homeward Bound and move in? It's like a hotel?
It is a guest house. It is a guest house. So guests can rent a room on the second floor. I have 3 different bedrooms, 2 queen, 1 king. The foster dogs are my foster dogs. So it might be a dog, it might be more than one. They stay and live on the first floor. And if guests want to learn about the ins and outs, what supplies it takes, what does it look like, what are the roles and what you have to do, all those things that I didn't necessarily know when I got started fostering, but was kind of like to try before you buy, because it can be a little bit scary to have a dog in your home. So yep, they can do that. But I'm also opening it up to like members of the community. So I've had several people from, let's see, the town of Waxhaw. I had somebody from the Office of Economic Development come visit me yesterday, and they just wanted to learn about what we're doing. And then I'm also going out to schools and talking to them about shelter jobs and talking to them about no matter what job they choose, maybe to consider fostering in their future. So the goal is to just get fostering, the idea of potentially fostering in front of people, because I think if you don't consider it, then these dogs stay behind bars,
Yeah.
and we don't realize that we can kind of encourage empathy and help our communities be better and more engaged in this way.
Oh my God, I have so many questions. for
Yeah,
you.
please.
Welcome to a 3-hour event.
Let's do it.
Are the dog okay? First of all, so is it almost like it's like an Airbnb, kind of like is it like a bed and breakfast sort of situation where like they're right?
You don't want my breakfast.
Okay.
So we're
Bring
gonna
your own,
do
make your own.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay.
Airbnb setup style, and it's really up to the guests, like if they want to engage, and if I'm not already busy going out and speaking to Rotary clubs,
Mhm.
4-H groups, schools, other civic groups, I'm happy to engage with guests as much as they want to, but I also don't want to force this
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah. And then you are obviously fostering dogs in your home,
Correct.
in the house.
Yes.
And those are your dogs. These aren't like come in and see if one of these dogs can go home with you as a foster, or is it just to like get used to having a dog in the home?
That's a fair question. So these are my foster dogs.
Mhm.
And if guests are open to the possibility of adopting the dogs,
Mm,
they're welcome to do that.
okay.
But my main goal overall is to spread the education about fostering, because here's the thing, Rich. When I started fostering, this was 5 months ago, I got a Mastiff mix puppy.
Oh my gosh.
Such a huge
Go big or go home,
baby.
huh?
Exactly, 100%.
Wow.
And it was because I saw on the news that the kennel was at capacity, and so they were going to have to unfortunately make some really hard decisions
Mhm.
about euthanizing, etc. And then what I noticed afterwards is I still kept getting emails that they're at or over capacity. It happened
Mhm.
again. So I started to, as I'm a computer engineer by trade, and I started looking into this, and I saw that this is a nationwide trend
Mhm.
that shelters are at or over capacity. And based on my time of when I was a Peace Corps volunteer serving in Tanzania, Africa, I started to realize this is not just a take another foster dog home, we're going to fix this. This is a systematic problem. And in order to deal with that, we need outreach and education and bringing more people in.
Yeah.
Both making healthy decisions about how you choose your forever friends, making
Mhm.
sure the breed fits for your family and you can make that lifelong commitment, but also maybe considering, maybe not even full-time, but part-time, opening
Yeah.
up your family and your
Yeah.
home, and how that does good for both sides of the leash.
And you're located in Waxhaw, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I'm right between Waxhaw and Monroe.
Okay. I know one of the fears that a lot of people have, friends of mine have, I've always had with fostering animals is like, well, I'm going to end up with 7,000 animals because how do I get how do I get to a point where I can give this thing up that I've loved for however long? Can you talk about kind of maybe some myths around that or how fostering works?
Yeah, that's fair. So, of course, those are real and valid concerns.
The foster failed.
That's,
Yes.
of course. There's a lot of people in the fostering network who have foster failed. That being said, one of the things that I really appreciate about the foster network is there is a strong community and connection where we support each other. So, right now, I have 2 foster dogs, but one of my foster dogs is with a temporary foster takeover.
Mm.
And when I leave this meeting, I'm actually going to be swapping my other foster dog going into another takeover when I get the other one back again,
Okay.
because I have guests coming over this weekend. And so, what I love about our group is, as much as possible, we really try to support each other
Mhm.
as we are taking on this. And that's come up in different ways too, because some people have said, well, I can't foster at this point, because of breed restrictions, because of time commitment, whatever things. And I love that there's so many different members of our group. Somebody's like, well, I can't foster, but I can help transport. And some
Mm.
people are like, well, I can't do either of those two, but I can donate food. And so at the beginning, it seemed like a lot because I was like, why are these people doing this? This is so scattered and disorganized.
Yeah.
But it made me think of the stories of the stone soup or whatever it is, where
Mhm.
everybody brings something different to the
Mm.
pot. And it actually has been very fulfilling for me personally, because when you see that, I think you start to believe in humanity a little bit more.
Yeah. And then it also, I assume, from the person leading the entire thing, that it takes a little pressure off of you as well to find all of those different things or to find the time to do all of those or the resources. So it is like a community building that as well. I love that.
You're absolutely right, because I just had somebody. So my second foster dog's name is Pop Tart. I call her Poppy. She's a very confident dog, and since my first foster dog, Simon, as I tell kiddos, some people had made bad choices when it came to him, so they really had hurt him. He needed some confidence building, and so I got Poppy because she is so adventurous, wants to meet everyone, go everywhere, and but one thing I haven't been able to do for Poppy, even though she's been a great sidekick to Simon, is I'm not great at putting together reels. And somebody just put together an amazing reel showing her. She recently did the Charlotte Shuffle, that 5K race. Yeah, so they put her in there. They showed her with kids, my nieces, all these different people. So again, I would not be able to create that reel, but I love that we can help, because marketing is a big part of the fostering experience as well. So you've got that dog care, you've got the dog training, you've got the marketing, you've got the engaging with the emails, people reaching out. I just had somebody over at the house yesterday who was interested in perhaps adopting, responding to all those, making sure you're being open and honest. So a lot of different parts on it.
We had talked earlier too about like community support, obviously. Oops.
Sorry.
I just put that wherever.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. And like you were just saying, all the different ways. What are some ways that now people are thinking about that you do need help? Obviously, probably donations. But what are the ways that people around here in Union County and the area can help?
Well, I think whether it's with my nonprofit or with any of the shelters or humane societies in the area, being mindful that if they're open to making donations, money is always welcome, but especially like food for these organizations, because with the fostering network, a lot of times the shelters will take on the cost of the food. And when you have two 65-pound dogs like I have right now, you can go through that quite quickly.
Yeah.
And so if people are willing to do that, if people are willing to volunteer their time, there's basic jobs like stocking of the food when they get the donations. I think I'm going to the local the Union County Humane Center next week and helping with stocking and supplies, doing some of the behaviors with the cats, kind of making sure they're loved and taken care of a little bit. So yeah, either volunteering, becoming a foster, even just joining the group. And like I said, figuring out where your place is within that group, if it's transport, if it's helping create the marketing reels. But those are great ways to engage. And then I think we have some local run clubs who even go out and like exercise these dogs.
Oh, so smart.
Yes.
I love that. Okay. I want to know also how this idea came about, because I know it's kind of an interesting story, and I also want to throw out some names out there of some people that have helped you.
Oh, it was so great because I met with one of the business coaches from the South Piedmont Community College. They have a small business center. So I met with LaShawn Hurley, and she asked me the question of if you could do anything. Money's not an issue. If you could do anything right now, what would you do? And I was like, I would foster all the kids and I would foster all the dogs. And I was like, well, let's start with the slightly easier one.
Depending on, yes.
Of the two, and start with fostering all the dogs. And since I happen to have a home that's actually surrounded by fields. So it's great for human decompression and it's great for animal decompression. So I started thinking about how I can use my own resources in a way to invest in this. So yeah, that was really the launching point. So I'm really grateful. And I've continued on with the coaching with the South Piedmont Business Center. And they're guiding me through this process of all the boring stuff, applying for the 501c3, setting up the website, marketing, all of that.
All the stuff that you're learning.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow. And you were talking too about going into different Rotaries and speaking to the community about it.
Yeah.
How can people contact you, whether it's to go and do that or donate or volunteer? What's the best way to connect with you? I really appreciate
that question. So right now, as I said, I'm still just getting set up, but I am creating channels on social media. So I am now on LinkedIn. I am on Facebook, so they can look up Homeward Bound Guest House, send me a message and reach out. But yeah, I'm really looking at this point for one of the biggest ways is if people want to kind of follow my journey, I'll be posting about dogs. So it'll be kind of fun, engaging. My puppies are usually a little bit silly, but even just getting connected with groups that are open to having me come in and talk about why fostering, I think, leads to better communities, richer, more fuller, more compassionate communities, and what those opportunities could look like. I would absolutely love those opportunities to fine-tune my that kind of little talk to with the group. Yeah.
I love that. What do you love most about your life right now?
Oh gosh. Oh, well, it's split, I would say, between the dogs themselves, because even though some of it is, in my opinion, heartbreaking when you have seen puppies who have been mistreated, and you can tell that they're nervous. But like recently, we went to Union Exchange Farm. I love taking my foster puppies there. And kids wanted to approach. And of course, Poppy was all about meeting them. And Simon was scared. So I kind of talked the kiddos through like, hey, Simon wants to say hi too, but because some people made some bad decisions, he's really nervous, so he might bark. And so I told them, I'm like, he's really trying to be brave. So it was really sweet to see these kiddos say to him, Simon, you're being so brave. And so like to see them grasp this and to see what that looks like for them. So I'm actually starting to create this is very beginning, but a children's book series about the lessons that kiddos can learn from these foster dogs and these interactions that I've had with them. And so it's really beautiful to watch that and to be a part of that. So that's deeply meaningful to me.
And I suppose because it is so new, like just seeing all the different things that are like the book series, like I'm sure that wasn't part of the plan at the beginning, but all of these things that are now popping up and being created for you. I love that.
Well, and I will say the other thing I really want to add, besides the foster puppies being a crucial key part of what brings me joy in this, is, Rich, I'm new to Waxhaw area. I moved here less than a year ago. And to have some members of the community just like support me in this. There are so many people that have made introductions, and I start to explain this idea and they're like, what can I do? That is crazy, because I'm from a small town in Northwest Ohio. And sometimes with smaller communities, you have to have lived there, your grandparents have lived there, your great-grandparents, and unless otherwise there's a little bit of mistrust. But that's not been my experience here. My experience here is so many people who are trying to say, what can we do to assist? How can we help you out? We love this idea. Let's help get you on your way. And I think that speaks a lot for Waxhaw and the surrounding community here, that they're so open to that.
Yes, I echo that. I've been here about 2 years, and the way that people embrace you here, if you're a good person. So I feel better about myself.
That's what I was going to say. Let's give ourselves that pat on the back.
I love what you're doing. We should go next time, film something with you at the house with the dogs.
I would love that.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
Not a cooking segment, obviously. I don't cook either, but we'll hang out with the dogs.
That would be amazing. I would really enjoy that.
Good. Jackie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Homeward Bound Guest House. Go look them up. Well, go look her up and connect with them and help them, would you? We'll take a break and be right back after this. Don't go away. I believe in the power of learning, and so does Smart Deal Academy. This incredible nonprofit serving the greater Charlotte area is changing lives through personalized tutoring, homeschool teaching, and enrichment classes for students of all ages. From pre-K phonics to private music and Spanish lessons, Smart Deal creates a safe, joyful space where kids grow in confidence and curiosity. This work only happens because of generous donations from those who believe every student deserves a chance to thrive. Every dollar fuels one-on-one support, creative programming, and the kind of encouragement that sticks with a child for life. Be a part of that impact by visiting smartdeal.com and make a tax-deductible donation today. Let's build a brighter future together. Welcome back. On tomorrow's show, Steve Skaggs will be here. He is coming all the way from Tennessee, driving here to do this show. Am I nervous for that? No, not at all. Do I hope it's okay? Yes. So tune in to see how that turns out. He's an author, a musician, a great guy, and I'm excited for you to meet him. So go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right? Bye-bye.